Once upon a time, in a faraway magical kingdom, there lived two princess sisters named Areeba and Mahnoor. They lived in a golden palace surrounded by enchanted gardens. The kingdom was known for its ancient magic hidden in everyday objects. One day, the royal cook brought two old clay pots from the palace storage. These pots looked ordinary but were said to be magical. Princess Areeba chose the first clay pot. Princess Mahnoor chose the second clay pot. The royal wise man warned them not to misuse the pots. But the princesses were curious and excited. That night, Areeba whispered a wish to her clay pot. She wished for beautiful glowing flowers. Suddenly, the pot started shining softly. Golden flowers began to grow inside it. The room filled with a sweet magical fragrance. Mahnoor saw this and became amazed. She quickly made her own wish. She wished for sparkling silver butterflies. Her clay pot began to shake gently. Silver butterflies flew out of the pot. They danced around the palace ceiling. The sisters laughed with joy. For days, they used the pots for small wishes. Flowers, butterflies, lights, and sweets appeared. But soon, greed started growing in their hearts. Areeba wanted a bigger palace. Mahnoor wanted more power than her sister. They began competing secretly. One night, Areeba whispered a powerful wish. She wished for endless gold. Her clay pot glowed very brightly. Gold coins started pouring out uncontrollably. The room filled with heavy gold piles. But the gold kept increasing without stopping. Mahnoor saw this and became jealous. She made a stronger wish. She wished for a magical crown of control. Her clay pot cracked slightly. A dark energy started coming out. The crown appeared, glowing mysteriously. The kingdom began feeling strange. The skies turned slightly dark. The wise man sensed danger. He rushed to the princesses. He told them the magic was becoming unstable. But they ignored him. Areeba kept producing gold. Mahnoor kept increasing her power. The clay pots started shaking violently. The magic inside them was getting wild. Suddenly, both pots spoke. "We are ancient spirits of balance," they said. The princesses were shocked. The pots explained their true nature. They said magic must be used with kindness. Greed would destroy everything. Areeba felt fear in her heart. Mahnoor still hesitated. The palace began to tremble. Gold started melting into dust. The butterflies turned into smoke. The sisters realized their mistake. They begged the pots to stop. The pots said only pure hearts could restore balance. Areeba apologized sincerely. Mahnoor finally cried and apologized too. Their tears fell into the clay pots. The pots began to glow warmly. The dark energy slowly disappeared. The kingdom became calm again. The gold vanished into soft light. The butterflies returned as real ones. The gardens became more beautiful than before. The wise man smiled with relief. The pots said they were satisfied now. They would remain but only for good wishes. From that day, the sisters changed completely. They started using magic wisely. They helped their people instead of themselves. Areeba healed sick villagers with gentle wishes. Mahnoor brought rain to dry fields. The kingdom flourished again. Peace returned everywhere. The clay pots became symbols of wisdom. People respected the princesses deeply. One day, a traveler asked about their secret. The sisters smiled and showed the pots. But they said magic is not power, it is responsibility. The traveler learned a great lesson. Years passed peacefully. The sisters grew wiser and kinder. The pots never again caused chaos. They only responded to pure intentions. One evening, a small child wished for a toy. The pot gave a simple wooden doll. The child laughed happily. The princesses watched with joy. They understood true happiness. It was not wealth or power. It was kindness and love. The kingdom remained magical forever. One spring morning, flowers glowed brighter than ever. Birds sang magical songs. The air felt peaceful and warm. The clay pots rested in the royal hall. No one misused them anymore. Areeba became known as the Princess of Light. Mahnoor became known as the Princess of Harmony. Together they ruled wisely. Their bond became stronger than ever. They never competed again. Instead, they supported each other. The wise man wrote their story in golden books. He taught future generations. Magic obeys the heart, he said. Not the voice. The kingdom became famous across lands. Visitors came to learn wisdom. The clay pots were never touched without permission. They remained silent and peaceful. One night, a star fell above the palace. It landed near the royal garden. The sisters went to see it. It turned into a glowing flower. The pots gently shimmered in response. They were connected to ancient cosmic magic. The sisters realized magic is everywhere. Not just in objects, but in nature itself. They promised to protect the kingdom forever. Years later, Areeba became queen. Mahnoor became royal guardian. Together they ruled with wisdom and love. The clay pots stayed as royal treasures. Their story became a legend. Children heard it before sleeping. They learned not to be greedy. And to always be kind. The kingdom remained peaceful for centuries. Even storms passed gently over it. Because magic protected it. One final time, the pots glowed softly. As if blessing the land. The sisters bowed in respect. Thank you, they whispered. The wind carried their words. The kingdom sparkled under moonlight. And the story of the two magical clay pots lived forever. Teaching generations about wisdom. About kindness over greed. About love over power. The end of one chapter. But the beginning of another. Because magic never truly ends. It only changes form. In hearts of good people. The sisters continued their journey. Helping every corner of the kingdom. With smiles and compassion. The clay pots remained quiet guardians. Always watching silently. Always protecting balance. One last message appeared on them. Use magic with love. And that was enough. The kingdom lived happily. Forever blessed. Forever peaceful. Forever magical. Areeba and Mahnoor ruled side by side. As sisters and queens. Never apart again. Their story became eternal. Written in stars above. And whispered in winds below. The clay pots rested forever. In harmony and light. Guarding the kingdom's soul. Teaching wisdom silently. The end was beautiful. But its meaning was deeper. Magic is responsibility. Kindness is power. Love is true strength. Greed destroys everything. Wisdom saves all. The princesses learned well. And taught others. The kingdom flourished endlessly. Under their gentle rule. The magical clay pots remained legendary. A story told for ages. Across kingdoms and lands. Of two sisters. And their lesson of life. That changed everything. Forever remembered. Forever loved. Forever magical. And the story lives on.